Hello, everyone. This is Rutvik from Hindustan Times. We have very special guests with us. We have 16-time Grand Slam winners as a pair, Bob and Mike Bryan, the greatest double pair in the history of tennis. Firstly, Bob and Mike, thank you very much for sparing the time and doing this with us. So firstly, just to get into it, how's retirement life been for you? Coming on chat shows, missing tennis at all, both of you?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. It was a tough decision to announce our retirement, but our priorities that were shifting. We wanted to spend more time with the family, and the quarantine definitely slowed us down a bit.
Right.
It was unfortunate we weren't able to, travel to those last tournaments and say our goodbyes to the crowds, but we feel blessed to have that extra time with the family and, to be with my parents in California a little bit. But it just made us realize that we love, spending time with them, and we got in a whole new routine. And, I didn't really miss the US Open. I don't know about Mike, but, watching it on TV and just enjoying it, kind of out of the fire. I could really just kick back and watch the entertainment unfold. And be a fan. And I didn't miss beyond the court. Those were amazing times, and memories that we'll cherish forever. But I liked watching it on the couch with the family and talking about the tennis with my kids and my wife.
Right, and Mike doing the chat shows, just chilling, not worrying about tennis. How's that been?
Yeah, we're not doing a lot of chat shows yet, but this is our first one in a while. It's been good to chill. I'm in Slovakia with my wife's family. Just spend a lot of time in nature, enjoying my new son, and spending time with family. So we're actually enjoying retired life, and then we'll gear it up for something else pretty soon. But kind of letting the body relax, the mind, and then we'll figure out what's next.
Wonderful. Sounds good. Bob, coming to you, you say you watched a lot of US Open on TV. It's very different, isn't it? Tennis in times of a pandemic, it's surreal. There are no fans, and doubles is more different actually. I mean, because, there are no high fives. You have to do the racket tap between every point. No chest bumps for you guys. How surreal does it feel to just have this sort of, environment to play in or watching?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big change for the players from what I've heard. On the positive side, you don't have a lot of the distractions that you would have during a Grand Slam, the sponsor visits, the parties. You can really focus and get your business done. I heard the practice courts were wide open, so you can get as much time as you want. The players had these suites in the stadium where they had a place for massage table. They had their whole team up there. They could order room service. So it was very convenient, very easy for the players to perform at a high level. But then you take out that adrenaline rush you get from the crowd, and as you've seen over the years with Novak and the big three, the big four, those crowds have driven those matches to insane levels. The finals have been so exciting because of the roars of the crowd. I thought the matches were very high quality. The tennis is really progressing with the technology, and the athletes are getting pretty impressive. So I really enjoyed the tennis. I would have been interested to see how the crowds would have reacted to what we saw yesterday with the final. It was high drama. I was feeling the nerves for those guys, both going for their first Grand Slam final. You could see what it meant to them, and I feel very bad for Zverev. Obviously he's devastated this morning, but I'm sure he'll bounce back with that.
Right. Mike, just a quick follow-up on that last night's match. Obviously, Thiem, a gritty win. It wasn't perhaps the highest quality of tennis, but it was still attractive to watch, especially towards the end. Do you think he deserves it fully, especially having lost 3 major finals? Although there's this asterisk of no Novak, Rafa, or Nadal in the final. Do you think he fully deserves it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's one of the hardest working guys on tour. I mean, watching him in the gym, he kills himself for hours and hours. I mean,
right.
I don't know how he can do it day in and day out. And so, I mean, all the work finally paid off. I mean, he was nervous. I think they both saw a huge opportunity not having the big three there. But he's a Grand Slam champ, and no one can take that away from him. This is kind of maybe a changing of the guard. And now that he's got that monkey off his back, I think he'll play looser in Grand Slam finals. I think he didn't play his best match. That's for sure. Just that weight of expectation. And now that kind of just releases all that pressure. And same for Bob and I. You know, it took us 2 years to get that Grand Slam. And once we did, you find out you have the formula, and everything becomes a little easier. So he's definitely deserving. Both of those guys were deserving. You know, and it's exciting to see a Grand Slam final come down to a breaker. And last year we had the Novak Roger Wimbledon breaker. And that's 2 in 2 years. So it's pretty cool. It's good for tennis. And it was high drama. I mean, even with no fans, it's still, I think it was a great story.
Right. Good for tennis. Bob, talking of good for tennis, there's obviously Osaka, who's been a great role model, isn't it? Both on and off the court. You know, she's lifted the women's game in a way, and she's also done things off the court with her anti-racism activism that has kind of caught the imagination of the world. Do you think she's kind of a great role model to have, especially in America, both on and off the court?
Yeah, she's a great role model. You know, she stands up for what she believes in. I think she conducts herself great on the court. She has an exciting game to watch. Yeah, I think a lot of kids can really look up to her. And she's just getting started. You know, she's got many great years ahead of her. She's already got 3 Grand Slams. She's cemented her place in the Hall of Fame in the future. And I just think she'll become more consistent now. But, you know, all the stuff she did with the activism and the Black Lives Matter, it was a strong message that she put out there. You only can respect her for standing up for what she believes in.
Right, wonderful. And final couple of questions to both of you. Talking about doubles, obviously, from an Indian point of view, you had Bopanna making the quarters with Shapovalov. Now, that's a very interesting pair, isn't it? Because there's almost like a 20-year age difference between the two, yet there seems to be something on the court that is clicking for them. Do you see a successful combination in here for the Indo-Canadian pair?
Yeah, I think they make a great team. Bopanna's been around for so long. He's got so much experience. Shapovalov brings a lot of talent and flair. And it's just a great contrast of styles, having a double specialist and a singles guy that can hit all the shots and can be really flashy. It's great to see Rohan still doing so well into his, I think is he 40 now? He's got to be 40, but
40, yeah, 40.
It's great. It's great to see that tandem. We played them. They're tough. I think if they stick together, they'll be around for, you know, many years, and maybe they could be holding up a Grand Slam trophy. But Rohan's doing a great job. He's one of the legends of doubles, carrying the Indian flag really well without Bhupathi Payas now. But yeah, it's fun to watch that team. Exciting team.
Right. Bob, you want to add to that?
Yeah. You have Rohan with the experience who's helping leading the team, and he's just guiding and helping shape the talent of Shapovalov on the doubles court. So, you know, they have a lot of strategy going on, and that's progressed over the years. They're obviously very dangerous. They can beat any team on any given day. It's just about putting it together in the big moments, and you might see that in Paris.
Right, wonderful. And just finally, now looking back at your respective careers, I mean, numbers don't do justice, right? It's more than that. It's the thing that you did for doubles. You kind of made it an attractive game, got it to the show courts. But for you personally, what is that one satisfying thing that you most cherish, you know, now looking back at your career, to both of you? What's that one thing that you are most satisfied about?
I think now that we retired, I think we can really look back and have no regrets. I think every day we worked to get better. We played with a lot of passion, and our friendship, our love for each other, it never really wavered. We stayed loyal. There's many, you know, down moments in our career where we, you know, bounced back, and it made us stronger as brothers. And yeah, now that we look back at all the numbers, yeah, it's great. But, we were just putting our head down and going hard every day. Never really satisfied with, a couple Grand Slams here and there, but we just kept going. And, now we can really kind of exhale and really appreciate what we did. We're happy we made doubles bigger. And, doubles needs a little bit of love. It's never going to be as big as singles, but it just needs a little bit of extra attention. And so we're happy we can provide that. And I think it's in a great spot right now. I think it's popular. It has a great place in the game. So we're always going to be there to support doubles, but there's a lot of stars now and a lot of great teams to carry the flag.
Right. And Bob?
Yeah, I'm just proud of that we were able to do this for so long. 23 years on the tour with my best friend Mike. It was an amazing journey. A lot of highs and a lot of lows, but yeah, like Mike said, we bounced back after those tough defeats. We weren't playing for the prize money. We were just playing for the thrill of competition, and that kind of every day trying to work to get better. We tried to keep improving. After tough losses, it put us back in the gym on that Monday morning, and it made us work a little bit harder. So, yeah, I'm proud I got to share a little bit of it with my family and my kids. Hopefully they remember what I did. But, like Mike said, doubles is in a good place. It was an honor to play with the Indian Express. I thought they were similar to us. They were very fun to watch for the fans. Leander with all his skills and talent, and Mahesh just with that solid return. So it was an honor to play with those guys. We were lucky to be in a great generation of doubles players. We got to see the Woodies. Nestor was our rival throughout our whole career. You had Max Mirny and Zimonich, and there was a lot of great doubles players that we were banging heads with over those years. So it was fun.
Wonderful. And just to round it off, since you mentioned the Indian Express, I had a chat with Leander after you retired, and he says you guys still constantly talk about who invented the chest bump and whose patent it should be. You want to have a say on that?
It's funny, like when we played him in the 2005 Australian Open final, him and Martin Dam, they were chest bumping, we were chest bumping. Supposedly he was doing it, when we were in diapers. We first saw it, from the Jensen brothers back, 93 French Open, and then we started doing it in college. Our fraternity brothers loved it. They were calling for it more, so we brought it on the tour. And, a lot of the veteran guys didn't like what we were doing, early in our career. And finally we got the respect, and, then it became our thing. But yeah, I guess Leander was doing it long before us. We didn't see it, but I'm sure he's telling the truth. He has a nice little chest bump, but it's good when you have a partner that is about the same size as you, because when him and Martin Dam were hitting, it was a little lopsided on their chest bump.
Yeah, he said you guys made it look more awesome. Great guys. Thanks for the time. Wonderful thoughts and wonderful chatting with you guys. Have a great retirement life, and thanks again for sparing the time for this.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.